I'm not going to sit here and say it's early because it's not. We're almost at Memorial Day, right? Memorial Day is tomorrow. That's like the point where a lot of baseball people, right, they look at the teams and, all right, you got a pretty good sense of what this team is. And right now, what is this Padres team? Like, how would we assess this Padres team right now as we're almost at Memorial Day here? You assess it by saying, well, they're not a good enough team to make the postseason if they keep playing like this, right? Letter grade, A to F. I mean, based on expectations, you'd probably have to give this Padres team an F. And I hate to say that, but the offense has not been what we expected it to be. Manny has not been good. I know he's on the IL now. Bogarts has not been as good compared to the start that he had. Juan Soto got off to that slow start, right? Matt Carpenter, Nelson Cruz getting like nothing out of the DH spots right now. That's what it feels like. Jake Cronenworth got off to a slow start this season. And their record is 24-29. They're in fourth place in the National League West. Based on the expectations, you got to give this team an F, right? The starting pitching, I think, for the most part, it's been pretty good. The bullpen has been pretty good. But at the end of the day, the grade is not just based on the pitching only. The grade is based on the team as a whole. And the offense is a huge part of that. And the offense was a huge reason why a lot of people around baseball, a lot of these baseball experts were saying that, yeah, the Padres, they're the team to beat in the National League West. Go win, they should go win the World Series, predicting them to. Even over teams like the Astros, or getting there over teams like the Braves or the Phillies or the Dodgers, right? Or the Mets. We're not seeing that World Series caliber offense so far this season. And again, it's not early. I think it's you could say a couple things. It's not early, but there's still a lot of the season left. And I say that there's a lot of the season left from the optimistic view and like still believing in the back of the baseball cards. But the back of the baseball card for this year, if 2023 baseball cards from Topps were to be sent out tomorrow, and you have the 2023 average and on base percentage and all that under some of these hitters, doesn't look great. So I don't blame you if you are at the highest level of concern. That's not who I am. Like, I'm not, unless it's, we're in post-trade deadline and it's like, oh, Padres, they're really far back in the division. They're not in a good spot for a wild card spot. Like, for me right now with this Padres team, like, they obviously need to make the postseason. And if they don't win a round in the postseason, I think you really got to say that this year was a failure, right? Definitely disappointing, underwhelming. And so far, to start the year, there's a long way to go, obviously. So far, what would we label this season? We label it very disappointing, right? So again, if it continues this way, then that's how we're going to be labeling it at the end as well. And maybe some change will have to be made.